it's Lindsay with FOM. We are at Lake Harding today. It's our 4th stop of our team series of 2011. And I have our winners here, Mr. Chris Bell and Mr. Paul Tyre. And they had 17.55 pounds. Now last night at our meeting, I asked for somebody to break our record and have at least over 15 pounds, and they brought it to me. Can y'all tell me a little bit about what happened today?
I'd go back to what we said earlier. It was just one of those days. Everything seemed to click. I mean, we had good fish first thing this morning. Saw a fish on a bed this morning. Ate right, immediately. Caught one, on a frog bright and early. It was just one of those days. It's just everything just kind of ticked. So that's it doesn't happen often, but you enjoy it.
What kind of frog were y'all using?
It was just a I guess it's the True Chunks. I think it's like the Mad Max series or something like that. It's a very realistic frog. It's kind of a greenish looking frog. So, it worked. I don't think it really mattered. I think it was just more we were coming across a fish that maybe it was on the bed and it didn't want it there. So.
How exactly do y'all fish it?
Really kind of race it across the top. If one blows up on it, it's typically there. We use them a lot. I use them a lot on Eufaula to find bedding fish. They come up on it, then you kind of go back and, you go search them out. So, but we didn't really have that many fish on the frog. Most of our fish were on some sort of jig or fluke even, trick worm. It was kind of a little bit of junk fishing until you found them. The main thing we did is just stayed on the trolling motor and kept looking for fish.
Now you said y'all were bed fishing, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
All right, tell me exactly how y'all bed fish.
Well, basically we would take a jig and throw it over on the bed and kind of work it slow through the bed. And we had one fish in particular there was a log coming out, and the fish would hide up underneath the log. And I switched over to a little crawl worm and flipped over by the log. And there's 2 logs. And flipped over right in between the logs, the gap's about that wide, and was sitting there shaking. All of a sudden, my line started moving off. I thought it was about a 4-pound release.
Wow, is that the one that you got really, really excited about?
I get excited every time we catch a good. That's what it's all about.
Now, you told me earlier that you've only fished Harding once before. What do you call your home lake?
Lake Seminole, live down at Wingate Lodge. I want to give a special hey out to Gail Goodman down there at Wingate Lodge.
And where's your home lake?
West Point Lake.
So, how did y'all come here and know what to do and just beat everybody else?
I think it's nice because with Paul living down there, me up here, we get to see each lake transition throughout the year. And I've been able to see the transition taking place on West Point. He's been seeing it go from post-spawn to spawn, or from pre-spawn to spawn and post-spawn. So kind of here was right in the middle, and we were able to follow the fish, just kind of figure out what they were doing. And we were really worried when the tournament started today with the front coming through, as much wind as we've had, is that it was going to change our bite. And it did a little bit. Actually, we didn't see near the fish on the bed today that we have been. So.
You mentioned the wind. We're actually behind bobbers right here, trying to hide from the wind. What did y'all do to adjust to it today?
We've been watching the weather all week, and you could see it transition from east southeast, and it went to west southwest after the front come through last night. And we had found pockets on both sides of the lake to kind of get away from the wind that were protected, and then really just kind of teamwork. There was one occasion Paul was holding the boat and I was fishing off the back end. Vice versa, I was holding the boat with the trolling motor and he was fishing off the back end. That's how really, he caught that last fish. We were just sitting there. I was standing there holding the motor, just trying to keep us in place. The wind's been blowing anywhere 15, 20, 25 miles an hour. So, that was, really teaming up and not really worried about who caught the fish, just keeping the boat controlled. So it was tough. It was tough out there.
All right, well, our next stop is West Point, his home lake. What do you think y'all are going to do there?
I hope we smoke them.
All right.
Me too.
Well, congratulations again, and we will look for y'all at West Point.
Thank you.